कृष्ण कैसा
तब वो बोले तो ठीक है, समझे बात कैसे? समय आएगा उस वक्त परिक्रमा आदि बेकार।
आप जो बोलते हैं कि महाप्रभु सर्वत्र नाम संकीर्तन का प्रचार करते थे और उसी को सर्वश्रेष्ठ कहते थे। फिर जिस समय एक अवस्था आई जब समुद्र में मछुआरे ने पकड़ा, बाद में फिर स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी इत्यादि ने हरि नाम करके उनको उठाया, तब उस समय उन्होंने बोला कि ये जो
उस वक्त बोला नहीं।
अच्छा, कोलाहल वाली बात
कोलाहल बताता है जब उन्होंने वो मूर्छित होकर के पड़ा था जगन्नाथ वल्लभ उद्यान में, तब उन्होंने कीर्तन किया तो तुमने कोलाहल कर दिया, मैं वृंदावन में ही कर रहा था। दूसरी बार जब परिक्रमा किया जगन्नाथ को अद्वैताचार्य, तब महाप्रभु क्या बोला? हार गया, हार गया। क्यों?
क्योंकि इतनी देर तक भगवान जगन्नाथ के मुख कमल के दर्शन हो रहे थे, तो मुझसे वंचित हो गए।
तब जो परिक्रमा के इतना महिमा अश्वमेधम पदे पदे जानी कानी चौ पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तत्स्वं प्रलय जंती प्रदक्षिणे पदे पदे। एक एक पैर में इतना उसका ये होता है, सब ध्वंस होने में। तो उस वक्त क्यों बोला कि तुमने हार गया?
उसके सामने वो ऐसे
हाँ, तो इसमें भी यही परिक्रमा वो बात बोलने का अधिकार जो व्यक्ति बोला उनको नहीं है। किनका होगा ये? जो उसको उपलब्धि करेगा, ऐसा इसको समझा।
और आप एक उदाहरण देते हैं इसी संबंध में। आप उदाहरण देते हैं कि कैसे दिल्ली में मेट्रो की ट्रेन बनाते हैं, उसके लिए ट्रैक बनाते हैं और उसमें बड़ी बड़ी बिल्डिंग्स को गिरा देते हैं। बड़ी बड़ी बिल्डिंग्स का मूल्य बहुत अधिक है, दिखाई देता है कि बहुत अधिक नुकसान भी कर रहे हैं, किंतु नुकसान करने पर भी वास्तविक रूप में वो नुकसान नहीं है। क्यों? क्योंकि जो वस्तु बनाने जा रहे हैं उससे उनका बहुत अधिक प्रॉफिट दिखलाई देता है।
ना वो एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉफिट को देख करके नहीं, उसका ही एक नेम रख रहा है जी। तो उस वक्त हम स्थूलोधि हम नहीं समझेंगे, कब समझेंगे?
बाद में जब देखें।
हाँ, भूखे पश्चंती बरबरा, मूर्ख लोग बाद में आ गया, आगे वो मांगेगा चाबी
चाहिए। So today Maharaj himself continuing yesterday's topic. He is saying that yesterday what we were hearing is that somebody was saying at this time in Brajman, in the month of Kartik, everybody can get settled because it's otherwise distraction so much. So in the month of Kartik, it is better that we can sit at one place and perform our bhajan. But what is the need to go out for parikrama? So Srila Maharaj is saying that that stage may come in someone's life, that's very true, but just if a person is having no adhikar and just saying like this, then it cannot be justified. It is improper on his part. It is improper. Ananta Prabhu is doing something I don't really follow today.
Do you want me to hold that? Are you okay?
I was just going to ask.
He wants you to settle down so you can speak.
What is this? This is Shaligram, whoever has given. What is this?
potato
What is this?
你話我朝聖嗰陣時喺地下嗰度執嘅
薯仔啊？薯仔啊？
實
石頭啊？
我係話係 fish 嚟嘅，裏邊真係有真 fish nãy thì người anh chị là cái này rồi.
What she's saying?
係我最中意嘅嘢。
Okay,
俾我最
after
好
we
嘅禮
hear.
物。今日係最收穫最大嘅。
Okay, Hare Krishna.
So, Maharaj is saying that like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, he was performing so many different pastimes. He was Bahirang Laya Kare Naam Sankirtan. Srila Maharaj explains that those who are not qualified, those who are not on very higher platform, with them Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always performing Naam Sankirtan. And Antarang Laya Kare Prem Aswada. And those who are Antaranga. Antaranga means those who are qualified to enter, or those who are been allowed to enter into the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Antaranga. Antar means the heart, and Antaranga means those who are allowed to come in. Gaman. Antar Gaman. Gaman means allowed coming inside. So those who are Antaranga, with them Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always used to relish prema, the pastimes of Braj. So in this way, wherever Mahaprabhu used to go in South India or when he came to Vrindavan, on the way, Yatra Tatra,
Krishna Nam,
Yatra Nam, Krishna Nam,
Kirtanam,
Kirtanam,
Prema
wherever
Dhamo, Prema Memo,
Naumi
Gogo
goes. So, Yatra Tatra, Krishna
Krishna
Nam.
Nam.
Wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling, he was always chanting the name of Krishna and asking people to chant Mahamantra. So in this way he was spreading this Mahamantra everywhere and always saying that this is the topmost pleasant for all the people in Kali Yuga. He himself announced in front of Prakashanand Saraswati that my Guru Padpad, by seeing that I am not so well versed, so qualified to enter into Vedanta Sutras, he asked me to learn one shloka. And what is that? Harer Naam, Aiva Kevala. Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatir Anyatha. And then at that time he himself is explaining that the time when I got this mantra from my Guru Dev, after chanting I was unable to keep hold on myself. This name itself made me dance, cry, roll on the ground and dance. All these things I am not doing myself purposely, but the Naam is there which is forcing me to act like this. So in this way he was speaking the glories of Naam so much and asking everybody to do that. But then in his lifetime, once one incident happened in Jagannath Puri, that he was unconscious and externally his shape was like a crocodile in front of Jagannath temple near Singhadwar. And at that time Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, Rai Ramanand Prabhu and other devotees, they started singing Naam Sankirtan very loudly. And slowly Sriman Mahaprabhu came to his external consciousness. And at that time he asked Swarup Damodar Goswami that I was serving in Braj. I was serving in Kusum Sarovar, collecting some flowers and all these pastimes he is mentioning. I was there. He mentioned everything, what he was doing over there. But by hearing your kolahal means very big noise from you people, I got disturbed, and that's why that service which I was doing got discontinued. So in this way, at this stage, Mahaprabhu, even though for whole life, all the time, he is appreciating Harinam so much and saying that this is the topmost thing. But at this particular time, he is saying that you people made such a big tumultuous sound, which was a big disturbance for me, and by which I was unable to continue my service over there. So in this stage one can say, in this stage even chanting Harinam for him, the words, the sound of Harinam was also disturbance. but this is not an ordinary stage that everybody and anybody can imitate and just say that yes, this is, I am also on that platform. And then second incident Maharaj is mentioning, that while in Jagannath Puri, once Srila Advaita Acharya Prabhu was there, and Mahaprabhu, he entered into the Jagannath temple and he was having darshan, standing behind Garud Stamba, and over there having darshan of Lord Jagannath from there. Afterward he saw that Advaita Acharya Prabhu also came over there after some time, and then Mahaprabhu, he mentioned to him that Advaita Acharya, you are a loser. Then he said, I don't understand why I am a loser. Then he said that Lord Jagannath is giving his darshan and you have missed darshan of his lotus face. You had not drank the nectar which is emanating from his lotus face, and I am winner. I came earlier and I am drinking that. I have drank it a lot, but you are loser. What Advaita Acharya Prabhu was doing at that time? He was performing Jagannath Parikrama. So Maharaj is mentioning at this point that even though the darshan of Lord Jagannath and as well as the parikrama of Lord Jagannath, both are important. The glories of parikrama is also mentioned in so many different scriptures in very, very different ways, very high. Shri Maharaj was mentioning one verse, Yani Kani Chapa Pani. This verse which in ISKCON we used to sing while doing Tulsi Parikrama. So at that, what is mentioned in that verse? That just step by step, even if you only desire that I want to perform parikrama, every step you move, that in that you get the result of performing Ashwamedh Yagya, which is the topmost Yagya. So much result is there. And Advaita Acharya Prabhu is performing parikrama and is getting in every step the result of Ashwamedh Yagya. But Mahaprabhu is in such a state of consciousness that where he can see that the fruit which he will be getting by darshan of Lord Jagannath will be much more higher than the result of performing parikrama, than the fruit of performing parikrama. So in that stage one can say, when one is realized, it's not that something artificial or somebody has to just do mental concoction and say something like that, but that is something which he realized and he was on that stage. At this stage it is justified. But if somebody whimsically heard something and saying something, then that will not be considered justification. Then another example Maharaj gives, that in Delhi, he gave this example long back in Vrindavan. Today also he was speaking something about it, that in Delhi, can say like before 6 or 7 years, they started making plan for constructing track for the metro trains. So at that time, while they were making the plan, on the way, there were so many big buildings which they have to demolish first, and then and only then they can make the track. So the buildings which they were supposed to demolish were also very wonderful, nice, big buildings, expensive buildings, but still they broke it.
They spend it very much
And this,
for further compensation.
yes, and for the compensation they gave a lot of money to those who own those places. But still, like they are doing this. So ordinary person who are having no such a big brain, those who are unable to see the thing from very far, they just judge that, oh, why he is doing, why they are doing something like that. It is not proper. They are losing so much money. But Srila Maharaj is mentioning, they are losing public money. But the government, they are having their view. They are having their vision. And what is that vision? And what is their vision? Their vision is that we will get lot of profit while the metro will be there. And we are losing very less. Just in 1 month we will accommodate everything. In 1 month we can earn what we are losing at this time. So they can see this, but not everybody. In same way, a person who is on very high platform, he can speak these kind of things, then it is been justified. If the stage comes like that, but if a person in immature stage, he gives these kind of statements, by these statements they prove themselves that they are not able to understand anything of Gaudiya Vaishnavism up to now, and they are whimsical. Whatever they are speaking is not speaking according to the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are just speaking their mind, which is immature completely.
Understand?
Any question?
I'm asking on behalf of one devotee from Vrindavan. They are from walking Parikama because it's our Gurudev desire that we go for project on the Parikama. So isn't that also considered to be like under Gurudev's guidance now, or also are we also we say we also in his company?
किसको लाया?
And what you are saying? It will be
And you are
considered under his
asked
guidance
there.
or
In his company because the song.
in his company.
Yes.
आप इसको वहाँ से लाया?
Easy.
हाँ वही से। ऐसे
He is asking one question or he has any question. You can ask first or you can speak. I can, if it is related to the subject matter which you are speaking now, he will ask your question first and then that.
Not a question, it's just a pastime. My Guru Maharaj, Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, in 1936 at Parikram, 35.
Radhakund, when he met Srila Prabhupada in Radhakund.
Yeah. One morning, and they made an announcement. Saraswati Thakur is not going on the Parikram. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj came to my Gurudev. He said, Abhay, Saraswati Thakur is going to give lecture. He's not going on the Parikram. What will you do? Then he told, my Guru Maharaj told, I am staying here to listen to Gurudev. Why I will go on the Parikram? It is only eye exercise. Exercise for my eye. I want to hear Harikatha of Sadhu.
I think another incident is also there. In the time when he was in Radha Damodar temple with all his disciples in Kartik, and he was speaking on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, nectar of devotion. At that time, some devotees on Bahula Ashtami day, they went to Giriraj Govardhan on Radhakund and taking bath. Then he mentioned in his Harikatha itself that while I am here, what is the need to go over there? What benefit, what higher benefit they will attain over there? Not at all.
So it is related, these things are
Yes.
related to his
Yes.
point.
वो प्रभु जी एक प्रश्न कर रहे हैं, नंद नंदन प्रभु। वो बोल रहे हैं कि यदि किसी एक भक्त ने उनसे पूछा है कि गुरुदेव कहते थे कि हमें ब्रजमंडल परिक्रमा करनी चाहिए, विशेष करके कार्तिक मास के आने पर, और जो भी व्यक्ति ब्रजमंडल परिक्रमा करेगा मैं उनके साथ साथ में रहूँगा। तो अभी जो व्यक्ति ब्रजमंडल परिक्रमा करता है गुरु जी की इस भावना को अपने हृदय में रख करके, तो क्या ये माना जाएगा कि वो गुरुदेव के अनुगत्य में कर रहा है और सचमुच में गुरुदेव उसके साथ में हैं या फिर नहीं?
यदि वो शिष्य हो तो गुरुदेव साथ में हर एक स्थान पर है, हर एक शिष्य के पास है, और उसी में भी करुणा आएगा। और इसका ये कोई डिमांड नहीं कर सकता है ये कोई मेरा पास है। यदि कोई डिमांड करता है तो ये है उनका मेंटल
Concoction. So Maharaj is saying, Nandanandan Prabhu asked one question, that a devotee from Vrindavan, he asked him a question that Srila Gurudev used to say that you must do Brajmandal Parikrama and I will always be there with you while you are performing Parikrama. And if a person having full faith in the words of Srila Gurudev and he is performing Parikrama with this mood, his Parikrama will be considered that he is performing under the guidance of Srila Gurudev and Srila Gurudev is with him or not. So Srila Maharaj is saying that Guru is always present with a sincere disciple, doesn't matter wherever he may be. Not only for Brajmandal Parikrama, but everywhere. Wherever he wants to see, realize, feel about him, he will every time feel like this. I think what Srila Maharaj is saying is very close to the words of our Gurudev also. In one of the poster, there is one statement by Srila Gurudev, I am more closer to you than the air
you breathe.
the air you breathe. So that is not only for Brajmandal Parikrama, that is for anywhere and everywhere. But specifically, he is saying that if one does Parikrama, he will please me. So Srila Maharaj is saying that that is 100% true. But whether we are able to realize it, whether we are able to relate it or not, like he mentions time to time, that Bhagavan is present anywhere and everywhere. Wherever one wants, he can see him. He mentions about two incidents especially. One about when Prahlad Maharaj, he said that, yes, I can see that Lord is there in the pillar also. There was no need for Lord to come over there and manifest. He manifested. Why? Because he was there. And second incident Maharaj mentions about Mahaprabhu and the Kusht Rogi Vasudev Vipra in South India. That where Sri Vasudev Vipra, when he was lamenting, fell unconscious that, oh, I am so unfortunate that I came here and the Lord has already left. So at that time, when he became unconscious, at that time immediately what happened? That Mahaprabhu appeared over there. Maharaj says it's not that he came back and embraced him. He just manifested over there. Why? Because he is present everywhere. So in this way, whatever Gurudev is saying, whatever Maharaj says, that Guru and Bhagavan, they are present anywhere, everywhere. But at the same time, Maharaj mentions, like on the day of Ekadashi, every Ekadashi, he mentions again and again that Gunai Vas, Gunai Saha Vas. What we have to do? We have to reside with that personality who is having quality, gun. And who is that? Bhagavan himself. But we cannot relate with Bhagavan ourselves. Why? Because he is on different platform and we are on different platform. So for us, he has given his name by which we can relate with him. For us, he has manifested himself as our Guru. He has manifested as pure Vaishnavas, so that through them we can relate ourselves to him. So in the same way, Guru is present everywhere and he always guides his sincere followers. But whether we are able to feel it, whether we are able to relate it or not, that depends on our own qualification. Like when I came to Srila Gurudev in Mathura, but I just one point came in my mind and wanted to speak about it.
Whether we can feel or not.
Yes, once Srila Gurudev was mentioning that can say like Madhavendra Puripad, he is a Mahabhagavat and he is well versed, fully qualified to impart anything and everything to his disciples. But still, his disciple Ramchandra Puri, he was unable to take whatever Madhavendra Puripad wanted to give. So if somebody can say that, oh, I am a disciple of such and such great Guru, Mahabhagavat Guru, for me, now because I have got mantra from him, I know what he used to speak, so for me there is no need to associate anymore. Then Srila Gurudev says, no, that is not proper. If someone's Guru leaves before the time, if disciple has not come to that platform where his shiksha is completed. So if something happens like that, then a person, a disciple is always in need for a Jivanta Sadhu Sangha. Jivanta Sadhu Sangha means a sadhu who is living in this world, who can guide him properly. Another incident, there was one brahmachari who left Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math and he started residing in Giriraj Govardhan. Srila Gurudev saw him in Radha Damodar temple on the day of Rupa Goswami's disappearance. As soon as Gurudev saw him, he said, "Oh, where you are staying?" He says, "Gurudev, I am staying in Giriraj Govardhan now." He said, "Don't stay there. Come back to the mutt." He said, "No, over there I am very happy. My bhajan kutir is just in front of Giriraj Govardhan. I can see Giriraj Govardhan whole time and I am very satisfied over there." Then Srila Gurudev said, "That's very true, but Giriraj will never reciprocate with you. Doesn't matter how many mistakes you make, how many wrong things you may do, but he will never chastise you, never ever come to you. But he, Lord Jagannath and Lord Baldev, they came to chastise Pundrik Vidyanidhi. Why? Because he was on that stage. That's why he came to chastise them. But if a person is saying anything and everything about Lord Jagannath, they will not go to chastise them. So you must be on that platform where Lord and you can reciprocate with each other. Otherwise, it will be just mental concoction." इसमें और कुछ बोलेंगे?
हाँ, कुछ बोलना नहीं, ये लोगों का क्वेश्चन है तो ये विश्वनाथ बाबू
आपकी कृपा महाराज, आपका आशीर्वाद है, आपका दर्शन मिल गया, बहुत सौभाग्य की बात है।